wabarakatuh. My name is Nurlela. I am from student of University of Sulawesi, especially English Department student class C 2018. Okay, I want to explain about the course material and the logistics material of the course English specific of purposes. Words originally ESP. Bold new word demands the end of the second word. In 1945, marked an era enormous and unprecedented expansion in scientific, technical, and economic activity and on international scale. English is the key international currency of the technology and commerce and is the accepted language of technology and international trade. English is now the subject of the wants, needs, and concerns of the people other than language teachers. Replacing is linguistics as the use English for special needs grows and also affects language learning itself. In the past, the purpose of linguistics was only for the use of language known as grammar. By analyzing the linguistics characteristic of the special area of language studies, specific groups of learners can be identified. It's the ESP principle of tell me what you need English for and I will tell you what English you need. Focus on learners. ESP growth is caused by a combination of three important factors. Expansion of the demand of English to adapt to specific needs and development in the fields of linguistics and educational psychology. These three factors seem to indicate the need for increased specializing in language learning. The second development of ESP, register analysis, is an analysis of the grammatical and lexical feature of language used for a specific purpose or in certain social settings. Rhetorical or discourse analysis, ESP becomes close involved with emerging areas of discourse or rhetorical analysis. ESP development stage. The first stage focus on language at the sentence level. The second press distract the level above the sentence. Play on discourse or rhetorical analysis. Analysis the target situation. Analysis the target situation. Analysis of the target situation will lead the teacher to form a syllabus. John Munby and the communicative syllabus design produce a detailed profile of the needs of the student in terms of communication goals, communicative settings, communication tools, language skills, function, structure, and etc. Skills and strategies. Skill and strategies. The central idea behind the skills concern approach. Central approach is that underpinning all language as its common process of reasoning and interpretation, which regardless of surface form allows us to extract meaning from discourse. Centered approach learning. A valid ESP approach must be based on an understanding of the language learning process. The third course design. Traditional learning are based on the use of language in communicative situation, usually without using native language. This method of linguistic analysis directs the teaching of English to the development of substitution tables as typical tool of grammatical patterns. Describing what people do with language is important but equal, if not better. That convey the same message and but have the same goal, which is to provide instruction and carry out certain jobs. A more constructive approach to describing language in structural or functional terms is to see the two as complementary with each supporting and enriching the other. The fourth theory of learning, behaviorism. This was Pavlov's theory of learning in the USSR and Skinner in the United States. In this theory, it is said the learning is a habit ordering process and is followed by frequent action of sustained stimulus response. And the two, mentalism, thinking as an activity that governed by rules and considerable empirical evidence among language teachers because the method does not provide good results. And cognitive coach, students as thinking creators. The theory of learning, while the theory of behavior describes students as passive recipients of information. The fifth of students who become active information affective factors. Learners as emotional being, people think but they also have feelings. It is one of the paradox of human nature in which although we are well aware of our feelings and how it affects our action, we are always looking for answers to our problems in traditional terms. Learning and acquisition. Learning is seen as a conscious process. Will acquisition take place unconsciously? Learning model. Will learning the need to acquire knowledge is a necessary factor, but just as if not more important, is the need to actually enjoy the process of proficiency. And the 5, need analysis. What kind of target it needed? Recruitment target. As general term which is very important in practice. There are parts of this one, namely needs, weakness, statements. Collection of information regarding target needs. There are several ways in which information can be collected. The most commonly used are the questionnaire, interview, research, data collection, analysis information, consultation with sponsors, students, and others. Learning needs analysis of the target situation can determine the destination. It can also act as a compass on the way to provide general direction. For example, we have to choose a route that suits the vehicle and available guidance. Analyzing students' needs. A framework for analyzing learning needs. Okay, and the last approach to the course design. The approach to the course design is to propose a series of integrated teaching learning experience whose main purpose is to guide learners to a specific set of knowledge. Course design is centered on the language in which this design is the youngest and most frequently used by English teachers, whose aim to draw directly on the course design at the first glance. This may seem a very logical procedure. C. The SP course help learners to develop skills and strategies that will continue to develop after the ASP course itself. The aim is not to provide a specific set of linguistic knowledge, but to make students better processors of information. A learning-centered approach. A learner-centered approach is based on the principle that learning is determined by learners developed after the ASP course itself. The aim is not to provide a specific set of linguistic knowledge, but to make students better processors of information. A learning-centered approach. A learner-centered approach is based on the principle that learning is determined by learners. As teachers, we can influence what we teach, but what the participants themselves determine. Okay, that was material about specific English purpose. I think enough for me. Thank you very much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.